your host for today. Have you heard about toxic social media? At this point, let us all welcome the two groups where they define their standpoint or opinion about what toxic social media is. At the right side, we have the ugly group, Miss Riquinto Charlie and Kaya Honey. And the left side, we have Cosedo Marilyn and Kaya Honey. So without further ado, let's begin. Good afternoon, student. Are you ready? So here's the question. Is social media beneficial or harmful? Let's start with the ugly group.
I agree that social media is good for society. Firstly, I talk about sharing thoughts on social media. It gives people a chance to share their feelings and thoughts. People can share their articles and Instagram posts on social media, so they express themselves in an environment of diversity. Another benefit is power of organization. Sometimes people need to be organized and come together and change something have in the social media. And it can help them for communicate with each other. For example, there are too many help campaigning on Twitter. People come together and help them people on Twitter. So in addition, I want to talk about making friends easily on social media. So many people met on social media who share their similar area of interest. And sometimes they can get married or they become best friends on social media. Another topic, thanks to social media, people can access information fastly easily than other media channels. Social media platform and another benefit for economy. About economy, social media created a new major industry, just like thousands of jobs such as YouTuber, influencer, and social media management. In addition, according to a study, many local police officers, thanks to social media, help to solve the crimes more quickly because there are so many information about suspect and victims on the internet. So using social media is a great way to entertain yourself after a busy daily routine or a stressful day. So there are so much ways for do it. For example, people hang on YouTube programmers can see the lives of people around the world on the social media. There are no geographic limits for it. People on a social media platform is about entertaining. Some of them is about business, such as LinkedIn. You can share your CV on LinkedIn. So, as a final remark, I want to say social media helps to people who cannot speak to face easily. Shy people generally say that they feel more relaxed on social media when they communicate other people.
I'm against the idea that social media is good for society. Though I agree of some point of the opponent, such as accessing information. It's easy with social media, but we have the dark side of social media because we have a lot of reason to say that social media is bad for society. First of all, I want to talk about the anxiety. Because social media cause anxiety, we recognize or not and we compare ourselves with other people. Then we see their photos and tweets, and when we see that they are more successful than us or more beautiful than us, we just think that our lives has to value, or we think we are less success in our life. It does not answer with anxiety. But social media push children on a higher risk of eating disorders, depression, and also low self-esteem. self-esteem. Another point that I want to talk about is survival. And it's become more easier with social media because you can do it and you don't have to share your face and name when you believe somebody, and it's bullying include aggressive or create message public comments. They can share your mail, created photos on the effects of bullying is injured anger, the isolation, the depression, illness and emulation. And the person who will feel worthless, this increase the high risk of suicides. This is the reason we have to see the dark side of social media. Another thing about social media is we waste our time. We always use the social media in free time. If we have to do some tasks such as going to school or work in the situation, we use social media and effects of school performance of productivity on work. Then we just check our social media account. It takes 20 to 25 minutes to return origin test. It can take 2 hours to focus the original test task again. At this point, we have to recognize that we become addicted to social media, and the addiction affects brain, same as alcohol addiction. There are no difference between the effects, and we have to understand that social media can be an addiction because we use it, and we also do control the time we use. So we just sit and look of seeking for hours, and we don't understand that it gives us a real permanent damage. Social media is bad, so we don't recognize that we are addicted, and I would say some of us use it while driving, while walking, and it can cause some accidents. Another thing is we over about ourselves, and it is bad for our society because every time, everywhere we share account ourselves, we are in birthday party or somewhere, it becomes easier to the strangers to find, connect and find to use it. They can be criminal and they can find your picture at some time. It's easier to find you, and it can be is used for identity tests. We have to think about twice that we gotta share all the info about us because it's very important. Another thing I want to say, it's misinformation because especially on Twitter, people usually believe the fake news because text news seems like more novelness, and they are more surprising, and they want to share, say their friend, they want to have this freedom, and somebody say that it's not true. They don't believe it, or they don't interested anymore. Another thing is negative impact on face-to-face interaction. Decrease all quality and connection interaction. Because we have to talk face-to-face at the same points. We have to look at the people at the eye. Because the tentative emotion when we were typing on the social media, 22% of use social media are texting during meals when we hang out with our friends. We check all the social media accounts or phones in our hands, and we don't want to put them away. We want to connect with the phone, and it decreases in our language circle because the language use when you're speaking face to face, and language you use when you type, comment, or share something is different. It's different. We always use the same words, or we shorten the words and we just forget how to speak face to face. Speak face to face. I want to add that social media effects on our sleep quality, the blue lights that smartphones give off trick our brain. We think that this is the daytime and it keeps us awake. And also we delay sleeping for checking accounts when we go to the bed. We don't prefer sleeping. We want to see more people on the internet. We don't have to seriously. I want to finish it here in conclusion. We recognize that social media can be so much and be vigilant at all the time. Oh my dear opponents, I agree with you at some point, but I want to say something about blue lights. Yes, it's dangerous, but we have a technology. For this situation, we can turn off our lights. And secondly, you say about the management. I think everyone should do the time management. Well, for it, you can control yourself, and there's some application to manage your time in Apple Store or in a Play Store. In this age, I think face-to-face communication is not necessary. We can reach a lot of people. For example, people who are far away from us. And think about you are in here, those family who are far away from us. We can see them through Messenger or through Skype. And the next thing you talk about is the false information. And yes, internet is like an ocean. It's like an ocean information. But when you say the information about anything, you can search on some internet sites, such as the state organization. Therefore, you want to be toxic with untrue information. At this point, I want to continue about celebrity or the Instagram. In the old times, there's a television. We just see the celebrities on TV, but now we can send the message to them. We can see their lives, and we understand what they are, just like us. Those are my opinions, commenting your opinions.
Social media was formerly viewed as a fantastic method for people to stay in touch with one another. But when its evil underbelly came to light over time, it started to serve as a source of confusion and resentment rather than fostering a sense of community. Heavy users' mental health suffers because social media presents a false of reality. Users and influencers glamorize its record-breaking impact in the world and its illness on mental health, which can even be fatal. Young people are increasingly living their lives online. It means they are connecting with friends or family or finding such information online. But they are also subject to bullying or rumor spreading and get unrealistic views of others' lives. It found out that young people saw as much negative as they did positive about social media. What is true is that it leaves people fighting for views, claps, likes, or even praise that affects both the younger and the older generation. The video mentioned that social media isn't real. The more you use social media, the more likely you are to feel lonely and isolated. Social media isn't real, and by design, social media reward us for showing our best life, the edited post or the best angle of our lives, the highlight reel. But you don't ever see the real life, the 99% of our lives not showing behind the scene, the unfiltered day-to-day scene of our lives.
Most people comparing their lives on social media to someone else's creates envy, low self-confidence, low self-esteem that will cause depression. That's what social media affects each individual. We cannot deny the fact that we are really addicted by this social media. It is like a drug that runs into our brain and cannot stop using this. Instead, we people control social media, but look at us now. It's the other way around. We became addicted and feel the loneliness every time we use this social media.
Everything has a good and a bad side. The important thing is use social media